Who's Angel Delight?
Welcome back, everybody, and bring your hot topics of the week, and we'll chat about it. Anything you like, what's been going on in your world in the reselling. See you there. Hello? Anyone there? You waiting? Is anyone waiting? Belle? There's some people waiting here.
Hi.
Hello? Anyone there? Hang on a second, what's this? There is a duck race later on.
I hate that duck. Now the favourite person of the show is here.
Say hello, cooks. Say hello.
Because we all know that's what people come for, don't they? They don't come to see us. They come to see the dog.
I think we need to go and get ready. So see you in a minute.
Bye!
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. It's Monday night, and if you heard Belle whispering just before we started, she was looking up at the chat and she goes, "Who's Angel Delight?"
Just saw all the rainbows.
Yeah, who's Angel Delight? It looks like, who is it that's changed the name? Elaine has changed the name to Angel
Elaine?
Delight. Belle was like, "Who's that?" So if you heard that, then that's what it was. Along with Cookie.
I was going to
drinking.
say, you weren't mentioning the fact that Cookie
Why
was
are you already
drinking.
I'm having to. Why are you all the way over there? That's it. You don't want to be close to me.
So,
don't want to be close to your husband.
No. So we will apologise if you hear Cookie lapping water constantly through the show, or we have to go and deal with it, because for anybody that was here last week, you'll be aware that Cookie went to have a CT scan done on Tuesday. And from that, we've got no scary things that have come out of it, but she's got a bronchial problem. So they put her back on a really high dose of steroids. So she's literally like drinking water like there's no tomorrow. And it's coming out the other end. And she actually had an accident the other day, didn't she?
Yeah.
She had an accident in the house, and she never has accidents.
She's not done that since she was a little baby puppy.
No. So we're having to make sure we abide by if Cookie's going for the door.
If she's looking like she needs a toilet, let's get to the toilet. Anyway, welcome everybody. Get your hot topics in. I'm looking up at the screen here. I'm going to save anything that looks like a topic of discussion, and we'll come back to it later. In the meantime, Belle's going to say hello to as many people as possible in the chat, aren't you, dear?
I don't think that's going to be a problem today.
Well, there's 77 now. It's crept up a bit. It's crept up.
Don't think it's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
I have confidence in myself.
To be fair, this lot of...
there, she's put at the top Angel Delight, even though it's Elaine, just name changed.
To be fair, you lot have kind of let me down a lot in the last few weeks, so...
I haven't lost in ages.
Not expecting anything from the chat tonight.
I haven't lost in ages. Are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So the first person I've got is James D. Then we have Angel Delight, a.k.a. Elaine. We have Wants to Love Treasures, Linlin Jeffries, Helen, Hillary Rhodes, Deborah Nardone, Lisa, Resell Anything, Pitco, Ian Furs Park, The Monkey Thrifter, Fluffy the Muffin.
Oh, you got it right at last.
I do it just for you. Karen Evans, AC Global Reselling, Flipper Lee, Brummy Time Lord, Life in the First Lane, Affinity, Zebu, Guzzy67, John Parker, Nothing Major, Kez TV1, Ready Steady Retro, Tap Peddler, Alex's Retro Drip.
Oh,
I've said Chris Tyler, and I've said Chris Tyler, I can't remember. Chris Tyler, Dan, Richard Payne, Ian G, and Huggady's Nuts.
what?
Apparently, Huggady's Nuts.
What is that? What is that picture? It's a nut.
Being hugged, hopefully.
It's an almond, I reckon that
It's
is.
an almond. And Grain Coat. So there we go. All done. Told you how to do it this too.
Useless,
Told you how to do
man.
it.
You lot, absolutely useless.
Never beating me to the bottom anymore.
That's not 77 people. There's 77 of you watching, and that weren't 77 comments.
We have lots of lurkers.
Come on, lurkers, get in there. Now's your chance. If you're lurking, say hello right now, or get out. No, don't really.
Shall we get the topic out?
You can stay.
Shall we get the topic out of the way now? Because I've seen quite a few people mentioning it. The storm. Let's get the storm chat out of the way. We did get it pretty bad down in Wales, but
Up in Wales.
Up in Wales, well, it could be down depending where people are.
We're up.
I don't know.
We're
Depending where
north.
people are. But yeah, we did get it pretty bad, but we got away with it lightly because we prepped the day before. We opened the gates, we pinned everything down, we moved anything that could blow over, and so we've got away with a few fence panels that have come away, and a bit of the garage roof is damaged. So other than that,
Means I've got to get up there and sort the garage out.
and I had to go around and clean all the windows today because living so close to the coast, everything was just covered in sand
And salt.
and salt.
Michelle's lurking. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you for saying hello.
So I hope all you guys didn't get too badly affected and you haven't got loads of damage and stuff.
John Young's in as well. Lynn Benneter, welcome to you. Good evening. Alan Starbucks is here. Carol Harris.
Oh, we got lots of hellos
If you're just coming in now.
now.
Better late than never, I suppose, isn't it? Guzzy's in. Chris is. I tell you what, I was keeping my eye on my decking. I was slightly worried about it, but it's pretty damn heavy, that thing. I think it would take a hurricane.
Yeah, he
to
was
it.
worried his decking would go, but no, it's still there.
Sandra Parker, Chris Foggy, evening to you. Crap in the attic.
See, loads of people.
Storm caused chaos down in St. Ives. Yeah, I think Devon got it
really
a little
bad.
bit worse than what we did in North Wales. So.
Well, it kind of went, North Wales got it bad, then South Wales got it even worse, and Devon got it even worse. So it kind of went down that way. Mind you, nobody at work's mentioned anything about it, like Torquay area.
Yeah, but that's the other side of Devon.
Yeah,
so
it
by
was
the time
like
it gets
North.
there,
It was like North Devon,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And down that side.
Yeah. I'm just scanning for topics. I'm just seeing.
Lynn said that it wasn't too bad where she was in South London.
Well, South London didn't get much at
London.
all.
And you'll have to apologise if I'm a little distracted, but unfortunately, my sister's ended up back in hospital today, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on what's going on with her.
Just picking up on some hot topics. So keep them coming in if you've got something to say. What's going on in your reselling life this week? What can we chat about? Is there something pertinent that's gone on this week that we need to talk about? Put it in the chat.
Once I've said it was really windy on Friday into Saturday here in Ayrshire, but it's been nice since then, thankfully. It was pretty much 48 hours. It was like 48 hours of
2
non-stop
days.
wind.
It's the
was just
longest storm I've ever
constant.
known. It was the longest storm ever. Normally you get a few hours, don't you? And then it dies off. But this just went on for ages. And that's what
It
caused
was
the damage
just
to like the
constant.
shed and that. It wasn't the initial bit. It was the fact it was just permanently there for like
it was
24 hours.
It was relentless.
It was relentless. Yeah, definitely.
Lisa said it was bad at their end. They cancelled the Liverpool match.
Yeah, they did.
I'm trying to ignore the hot topic ones.
Yeah, leave those. I'll pick those up. We were totally bashed in Cornwall. Very scary. Didn't sleep for 48 hours. Crap in the attic. Love St. Ives and Cornwall. Dan said our roof blew off again. That's every year for 3 years, but on the ground floor. Well, that's.
Well, you were wondering that they've not, the yeomans who live across the way haven't been in for a little bit, but they've had a brand new roof put on, and Chris was like monitoring to see how well the roof had been done.
Yeah, obviously I was hoping that
but it
everything was
survived.
okay.
It survived.
It's always a worry. You have a new roof put on, and then the first thing that happens is a big storm comes in, and you just think, oh, please let it be okay.
Yeah. Or they've not put your aerial back on properly or something.
Yeah. Before we carry on, I have to say this, right? Over on Whatnot right now is Sexy Minion. If you know Sexy Minion on Whatnot, he's a big supporter of our Whatnot. We all support each other on there. But Minion is doing a massive charity stream right now on Whatnot. So if you're able to put two, screens up, like use your mobile for Whatnot, and use your telly, your computer, or something for YouTube. Just go and give him a bit of support. He'd love to see you guys in there.
This is dedication to our show when he's sending our followers off to somebody else's stream.
Just go and flick over there. Come back to us.
He's raising money for lung cancer awareness. So
yeah, Minion's that's Minion on the top there.
I think his dad passed away this day last year.
This day last year
of lung cancer. So
he's auctioning off a signed pop there, authenticated.
He's got some really, really decent stuff because loads of people have
Phoebe
donated.
from Ghostbusters signed pop.
Yeah, loads of people have donated some really quality stuff to him as well.
So please, at least go and pop in and say hello. Tell him that I sent you over from YouTube. I'm keeping an eye, so I know.
To be fair, he's got that much stuff on. I'm pretty sure he's going to be on for hours. So,
yeah. So please give him a bit of support. If that means you're leaving us tonight, then no problem. Go and buy something from him,
and then come back.
And come back afterwards.
I haven't really got anything because everyone's just saying hi, which is great. AC Global says Yodel going bust.
Yeah,
would be bad for everyone. He didn't say hot. He didn't say hot topic.
Well, it is, how isn't it?
But you've kept it as a hot topic, then, have you?
I've kept it. I'll come back to it.
Look, all the Merry Christmases.
What?
All the Merry Christmases.
Where?
People, Miffy Major putting Merry Christmas. Angels Light putting Merry Christmas. People getting into the Christmas spirit. Oh, thanks, Fluffy the Muffin. Belle looks lovely tonight. It's because I just washed my hair.
She's had a bath.
To be fair, I've not told Chris yet, but he probably knows where I'm going here. I'm anticipating a mad rush up to Manchester if need be at some point. So I thought, get myself ready. Wash my hair, get myself ready.
Too early for Christmas messages, apparently, says Life in the First Life.
Oh, I was waiting for you, you Grinch.
Yeah, proper miserable get, isn't he?
Poor Cookie. You know what? We have felt so bad for her because ever since Tuesday when she had a CT scan, obviously she went under and they put a tube down her throat.
Did they put a tube down her throat?
Yeah.
Why? I don't think they did.
Yes, they did.
Why would they need to?
For her oxygen in her air, they put a tube down. That's what they do. That's what the vet said.
They put it in her leg, don't they? Don't they put an injection in? Like a drip?
To keep when she's sedated and under, to keep her airways open and her breathing, they put a tube in. Right. That's what the vet said. The tube that they put in would have aggravated her throat.
Great.
But yeah, so she had a tube down while she was under, and it's obviously aggravated her. So she's been horrific this week with the coughing, to the point where I got out of bed early hours this morning and went and got on the sofa because I couldn't cope. I'd had enough. Left Chris to it. So am I allowed to say any of these, or am I just waiting for you to do them all?
I'm going back to the start. I'm going back to the hot topics. Graham says hot topic: John Shepherd's meltdown on last week's live stream, threatening a kid and his. I haven't got a clue what that is. I know John Shepherd. He actually gave us a shout out on it on one of his videos recently, so that was good. Instead of we didn't get a bashing, we got a bit of a shout out.
John Shepherd's meltdown.
But I don't know.
Live stream threatening a kid in his
I've got no idea what that is, Graham. No idea at all. So let us know what that is. No. We try and stay away from too much drama.
Apparently, Chris Tyler said they had a 12-hour power cut yesterday.
Crikey.
To be fair, there was loads of power cuts around here, but we were miraculously lucky and it didn't affect us.
Once Love says, are people seeing an increase in buyers instantly cancelling sales as soon as you get the ka-ching? Have eBay made it too easy and convenient to cancel? I think there's something in that, Once Love. I've not seen many like immediate cancellations. I've had a couple, but I would say nothing out of the ordinary. Has anybody else experienced this? I'm just looking up at the chat. Let us know if you're experiencing like quick cancellations. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything unusual in that respect, but I appreciate if you've had that experience. Also, Once Love says, will you keep your store running over Christmas? No, it'll stay open the whole time, Once Loved. I'll just keep it open. I don't, unless I'm going away like on holiday or something, I don't see the point in closing it and just like doing nothing or whatever. Unless you particularly want a break, but Christmas is still a busy time. Even immediately after Christmas, even Christmas Day, we can make sales. So I won't be closing my store. I'll just keep it open. I've got a 2-day dispatch on, so that should cover, like, we're going back to Manchester over New Year, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so it still covers that. So there's no need for me to change anything, really. I'm just going to carry on, but yeah.
Jeff's joined us. He says, I'm late for the first time ever. Oh my God, I should be removed from official cookie in the Hayden statistician position for this travesty. We'll forgive you.
I don't know. I'm thinking about removing all moderation.
All I can say is make sure that you're not late on Christmas Eve, because that would be a problem.
We need to link up actually, Santa, because after next week's show, if you're able to provide me a list of winners, then that would be good. And I can utilize that on the Christmas Eve show. It's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot topic from JP says, Yodel going bust again. I don't know if they're going bust, JP, but what it looks like is that they are massively over capacity. They've stopped taking postal bookings, orders, delivery orders and whatnot. So it's interesting. Actually, I said to my local post office the other day, I said, have you seen this thing about Yodel? And they said, no, they've not heard anything about it. So I said, oh, you might find that you're going to get a lot more Royal Mails and Everys over the next, few weeks run up to Christmas, because Yodel aren't accepting any more orders. And she's, when I spoke to her a few days later, she said she'd not experienced anything different. So she'd not really seen an uptake in Every or Royal Mail. So I don't know. I don't think they're going bust, but I think by the looks of it, they are just over capacity, like massively. I read somewhere that somebody had said that they'd seen their local Yodel depot put up a huge gazebo, and everyone's parcels were literally stacked in cages outside in the open. I hope it wasn't during the storm. Outside in the open, like under the gazebo, while they were like trying to get them sorted and delivered. So
Emsdem have joined us and they said, hope you're both well. Sorry we are late. We weren't with Jeff, in case anyone's wondering.
AC Global says the Yodel going bust would be bad for everyone. No way do Every or Royal Mail have the infrastructure to take on all those extra parcels. Yeah, I think it just puts pressure on the others, doesn't it? I think there's messages on Every now, isn't there, saying that deliveries might take a little bit longer, due to Christmas, and it's probably due to the Yodel thing as well. But I'm sure they're all rubbing their hands together, to be honest with you. They might put them at capacity, but at the end of the day, it's more money for them, isn't it? If they take a few extra days to deliver everything, but they have more parcels to deliver, that's happy days for them, I suppose. Alan Starbuck says, I had a message from eBay saying that in the new year, I will only be able to buy postage labels from them. Oh. Is that because you're a private seller? Is that a new thing? Have you had anything like that? You're a private seller. You had anything from eBay saying about postage labels?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know if I have my notifications.
Well, you should get emails like that. Even if you've got notifications turned off, you'll get important emails.
Yeah, no, I think I've not. As far as I'm aware, I've not seen anything.
I've not heard anything of that, Alan. Please give me some more information.
Lisa asked the same thing.
What did the email contain? What was the message?
Hi, Peter Ray. Peter Ray's with us.
Hi, Peter. Let me get back to my last highlighted message. Here we go. I'm just moving through. If Belle picks up anything.
I don't know where you're up to because you've highlighted stuff and then I don't know which you've highlighted and which you haven't.
Well, the ones that I've read out, I've highlighted.
It works perfectly well when I know they're a hot topic, but you've just picked stuff up. So.
Well, I picked them up because people have clearly forgotten to write a hot topic on it. Just to avoid Belle getting all confused, just write a hot topic on it at the start.
I don't know which ones he's picking.
Graham's followed up on his comment earlier. Not your live stream, but his. It either got taken down by him or YouTube. The kid he threatened is Luke, who's been on movie chats. Oh, it's the first I've heard of it, Graham. It's the first I've heard of it. I tend to veer away from any of the drama stuff that goes on, but no, I've not heard of that. I don't know what's gone on with that, I'm afraid. Once Love says over a 48-hour period, I've had 8 quick cancellations. 1 came back and actually bought the item, but it was a strange 48 hours. That is weird, isn't it?
Alan says it's private sellers only.
Right. Must be a new thing for private sellers then.
George's Treasure Shed is with us. Hi, George. He says he's currently wrestling a massive polar bear in plush into a box.
Nice.
Sounds like fun.
I've been there to a similar thing to that. Huggadee's Nuts says, why are eBay buyers given so much time to return an item? Well, by law, they have to be given 14 days because there's a 14-day returns period. But as a seller, you can set anything for, as a business seller, you can set anything from 14 days up to 60 days. I have 60 days on my returns. So I've never, touched wood, I've never had anybody want to return anything longer than 30 days. Yeah. But yeah, 14 days is the requirement of like online selling or whatever.
ABL's joined us. Hi, ABL.
Hi, ABL.
AC Global says, when I've had quick cancellations and checked with the buyer, quite a few are selling the same item and thought they had an offer for their item, but it was me sending them an offer. To be fair, I nearly made that mistake. The other day where I thought that I'll get this in my head. Yeah. I can't remember how it worked, but quite a few selling the same item thought they had an offer for their item, but it was me sending them an offer. I know I made the same mistake where I thought that somebody had offered me something on one of my items on eBay, but when I looked, it wasn't. It was no, my brain's not working.
I'm just seeing Belle's, cogs going round in
my brain's not working. I know I can't explain.
Let me wind you up a bit.
I can't explain what I did. My brain's ain't going in too many places at the moment.
You basically agreed with what?
Yeah.
Whoever it was before. AC.
No, but I was trying to give the example of what happened with me, but then I actually can't remember which way round it was. But it doesn't matter. Ignore me. I'm just gonna sit in the background today.
Whatever.
Makes life a lot easier.
Hot topic from Ian. Hot topic: buyers claiming item not received after 2 days, and eBay giving 4 days to refund. Then problem getting cash when item finally right. What you can do is you can ask for a delay, Ian. So when the case is opened, just ask eBay, put a message in it asking eBay to delay it because you've not given enough time for the item to be delivered. You can do that, or you can get onto eBay's help desk and you can ask them directly. Go onto eBay Facebook for Business, or go on the live chat and just say, can you extend the deadline, please? And they'll extend it by a few days just to allow to see if the delivery arrives. That's what you should do, and that's what I would do. Just get that extension.
Deborah said they had a 7-hour power cut.
Ooh.
And they loved it. No phone, no internet, no telly, no heating, just candles and a log fire. She said it was great. She said Rob and her actually had a nice chat. Tam's joined us. And apparently so was Belle.
Oh, welcome, guys. Richard says Yodel are still bookable on Parcel to Go. That's interesting, isn't it? How? I mean, if you're not taking orders, you're not taking orders. That's weird.
Is it one of them where it's bookable, but it's not? Nothing's going to happen with it.
It's bookable, but then you're risking it, aren't you? Personally, I wouldn't send anything through Yodel, even if there's a back loophole where you can do it. I wouldn't do it.
Lisa says she's sick of getting people returning and taking nearly the full time to return it.
Tam says he's waiting on stuff from Yodel. Both very late. Hope might even get some compensation from Virgin Media. Well, you'd rather have your bloody router, wouldn't you, rather than waiting?
Ian Forrest said, hot topic. Buyers claiming item not
I've
received.
just completely done that whole conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Told you, I'm not.
Belle's not with it.
I'm not. I'm half listening because I'm thinking about other stuff as well, and I don't know where you're up to because you skipped stuff.
I'm only just below you. I'm just picking out all the stuff that's worthy of bringing up. No, but
I'm going to pretend you didn't just say that, because anybody that takes the time to put a comment in is worthy of being read out.
No.
Unless they're commenting to another person's answer.
The ones that I'm missing are, hi, Angel Delight, hi, Emsden, hi, Little Steve, hi, Elaine. These are the ones that I'm missing.
I'll back you. Don't worry, guys.
They're the ones I'm missing. I'm picking the ones out that are worth reading out. Otherwise, we will never get to the bottom of the chat. Still accepting orders on Parcel to Go. I wouldn't use Parcel to Go for Yodel, even if you can. Like I said to Richard, I wouldn't do it because you risk putting your parcel in the back of a very long queue. Yeah, I would not do that. Always Outnumbered says, what are you doing about the GPSR regs? I'm doing nothing at all. I'm going to wait and see what eBay do about it. I'm doing nothing. Exactly that. I don't think there's any point in doing anything right now. You're just cutting your nose off to spite your face. I would not change a thing in regards to that. It wasn't so bad with the German packaging law thing because it only costs like £10-11 to do a year's worth of a license, so it wasn't really a big issue. I just paid the. I mean, I think the first one I did was about 20 quid, but the second one I did was like £12. So just pay it and carry on sending to Germany. But as far as this goes, it's such a big mess. I'm just doing nothing. And eBay is saying that if you're not compliant, they're just not going to show your listings to people in Europe. So that's on them. What I think is, I think that when eBay start looking at their numbers, their sales to Europe and their sales within Europe, when they see a massive decline because of this ruling, hopefully they'll go to these idiots in the EU who have decided this, these people in suits sat around a table who haven't even got a clue about online selling or selling secondhand stuff. And they'll go to them and say, you've got this all wrong. You need to have a rethink, because it won't just be eBay this is affecting. It's all the other platforms, all different selling avenues. So, it's all gonna go tits up. Either that or nobody will do anything about anything and we'll all just carry on selling. AC says Yodel are majorly short on HGV drivers. Other companies have took a lot of their drivers with better pay and bonuses, caused a lot of stationary lorries full of parcels, right? I didn't know that. I've not really looked at it. I don't use Yodel anyway. Even when I'm buying something on like Vinted, I won't buy it off someone if they use Yodel. I just won't. And I'll say, is there any chance you can use another one? I just don't like Yodel. And I don't like my local shop who does it. Well, it's not really local. It's in the town centre. They're absolute idiots. So I just point blank refuse to use them. So they give Yodel a bad name, even though Yodel may already have a bad name, but it makes it worse. Belle's gone very quiet. Are you caught up?
I'm getting there.
Zebu says the issue with Yodel is that the majority of their workforce are not contracted to minimum hours and have flexible hours. They have capital to keep running, but not the workers. Yeah, that's kind of what AC was saying, wasn't
it? Olive Rains joined us, and
Steve's in.
So is Tommy Trades.
Hi, Tommy. Welcome, Tommy. TT. Dan said I picked up a Vinted order from Yodel today. I picked up a Yodel a couple of days ago, which was a little bit late from, I think it was Vinted, but I did it to a different shop because I refused to go to this one. So I actually drove further than I needed to, but I ain't going to that other shop. But I didn't have any choice with this one because it was a present. So I had to do it. But other than that, I don't use Yodel. Look at her face. What's that one on Monkey Thrifter? I sent out last Monday 10 items via Yodel, all delivered on time, no problems. Managed to send out one parcel via Yodel yesterday and it got collected, but I hope they don't go bust. I don't think they're going to go bust, Monkey. It doesn't look that way to me. I just think they can't cope with the demand. Waiting for Belle to chip in. She's gone proper quiet. Hot topic there. Why don't you read that one out?
Because I've been trying to figure out where you're up to, and I just about managed to find you then with Monkey Thrifter.
What is it with people on Vinted sending offers and not paying when you accept? You're doing better on Vinted than me, so you can answer that one.
But I'm getting loads of these where people are actually like asking me if I'll accept certain amounts, and I'm like saying yeah, and then they just don't come back and pay. I kind of like leave it a couple of days, or depending when the postage is going out, and I'll message them and say, look, if you make payment, I can have this sent out in the morning, or, you know, just to try and prompt them in case they've forgotten. And people see, you know, it says done it seen underneath, so you know they've read the message, and they just don't buy.
But what Hoofs and Puffs is saying, what about when people send an offer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're saying to me, will you accept?
Oh, right, okay.
£7.50, and you say yes, and then they just don't come back and pay, and you're just like...
What annoys me even more than that with Vinted is that when you make an offer, they accept and you pay, and then they don't send it.
Yeah, and that's the other side of it.
That's happening loads. I've had one this week, not sent. They actually asked for an extension, so I accepted the extension. They didn't even communicate anything to me, just, will you accept an extension? Yes, I will. I sent them a message straight afterwards, and I said, is everything okay? You've not sent it yet. You know, when can you expect to send it? And they said, and they did actually reply and said, oh, we're in the middle of moving house or something like that. I don't know. And then the next day, they cancelled it. Didn't even message me, just cancelled order. And they put the reason, not got time to send it. Why are these people? Why are you even selling on Vinted if you're doing that?
Yeah.
Why?
No, but it is. I've kind of got to the point where I don't even stress with Vinted. I don't expect anything till that payment comes through, because until they physically pay, it doesn't matter what form that offer has come through in. You just don't know whether they're going to do it or
But
not.
I guess at least when somebody sends an offer, you accept, or you send an offer, they accept, at least it stays on sale for somebody else to buy. And I know eBay are in the process of changing that as well, but only a few weeks ago on eBay, if you did that offer situation, it got took down. You had to start again. You had to cancel the order and start again.
You bought us some kitchen scales.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Was
that meant to be your Christmas present.
Was that one of my Christmas presents? Thanks.
It's not, actually. I did buy some kitchen scales. I bought
He's bought me kitchen scales.
I bought you a crock pot once. Remember that?
You did, for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. I bought her a crock pot.
Yeah.
Tommy Trades has got a topic. Why purchase an item and then ask a million questions? Why not just ask first? Yeah. You just know there's going to be trouble when that happens, don't you? There's going to be a return, a cancellation, whatever. It baffles me when that happens. I don't understand it. I just put myself in like my own mindset, and it's like, why would I buy something and then ask all these questions?
But do you think some people don't realise they can contact the sellers before they purchase?
Only
because do you not think do they think that's a harder process? Because I have found sometimes it can be quite difficult to navigate to the contact seller on people.
Maybe, but only if they're a bit thick, babe. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm saying personally, I've sometimes struggled to find the contact seller on before you purchase.
But if you go on a listing, you can ask a question or something, can't you?
But I'm just saying that could be the reason that people, not everybody is computer savvy.
But then they still they managed to find the question after they bought it.
Yeah, because once you've purchased it, it's clear. It's got contact seller there on your finger. So I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to see if that's a reason that people could stupid. Do it. You never know.
You might have a little point.
Never know. Trying to be devil's advocate here and think that not everybody's a knob.
She's got one on her tonight. This is going to be a fun evening. I'm going to change the title of tonight's show to "Not Everyone's a Knob."
I'm trying to be on their side.
Belle says, "Not everyone's a knob." That'll be a great title. I swear down, with the kids, I'm going to put that as a title when this show ends.
Why are you swearing down on my kids'
I'm
lives?
swearing down like the kids do. They swear down, don't they? Oh dear, oh dear.
I'm trying to be nice. In a roundabout way.
Oh, Hugger D's Nuts says, I meant after you've accepted the return, they have age. Yeah, they do. It's a bit crap.
But they also have on Vinted as well.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying. It's just very annoying, isn't it?
Night Slice with us. Hi, Night Slice.
Geordie Reseller as well has popped in. Thank you. Welcome. I'm just trying to get through.
Chris
the chat
Tyler
here.
said, had a message about deliveries impacted by Storm Dara. Tell you what, our everyman delivered a parcel in the middle of that storm. We got.
I tell you what, he is getting a Christmas present from us.
It was absolutely levering it down, blowing a gale, and he managed to. He was like this at the front door with a parcel.
And I think because normally he just opens the door and he puts it in the porchway.
And he rang the bell,
well, the front door was locked, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
So he was stood there, like, nearly getting blown away. I mean, he's definitely getting a Christmas gift from us this year.
Yeah, bless him.
He deserves it. He's a nice guy.
He is.
He always delivers the parcels. Lana's in. I'm late. I have started watching Until I Kill You on ITV and couldn't turn it off. Oh, well, we know where Lana's priorities are. You can hit the pause button. It's the year 2024, Lana. You can pause TV and go back to it later.
What's happened?
I'll let you know. She's back in.
She's ended up. She's in A&E at the moment. Because she came out of hospital last week, as you all know, but since then she's been really struggling still to eat and drink, and she's literally just hardly ate or drank anything. So she's been taken back in today, and they're doing loads of tests on her because her heart rate's through the roof and her blood pressure's through the roof. So yeah, I don't know what's going on yet. That's why I'm keeping one eye on my messaging group, even though randomly in the middle of all these important messages, my brother's just posted a picture of my mum's Christmas tree. I'm not even going to ask. Not even going to ask. That is my brother for you.
Dan says we're going to give Whatnot a go in the new year. Any advice? Let's go to Belle for this, because Belle's got a lot of opinions on Whatnot, haven't you? Dan said he's going to give Whatnot a go in the new year. What advice would Belle give you?
Yeah, but I might not be the right person.
No,
it's just my opinion.
Well, let's have your opinion then. What's your advice?
Personally, when I'm watching Whatnot, I end up disengaging very quickly if you try to turn it into a YouTube channel. So if you stand there and chatter and don't sell stuff. So my main advice would be just make sure you're selling stuff, and it's quick fire stuff. Getting on, give your explanation, get your auction going, move on to the next one. I seriously, and we've had this conversation before, and so many other people have said the same, that they just disengage when there's too much chatter going on in the middle. And a lot of people on Whatnot are starting to use it as a therapy group then, but like a mother's meeting chat group where they're all having a natter and stuff. And yeah, it just, to be fair, that's what I don't personally go on Whatnot a lot anymore for that reason, because I just find that everyone's just talking too much and not doing enough selling. But yeah, that's my main thing. So what other bits what other bits?
Sorry, Sexy Minion on Whatnot right now has got a office pop. Michael as Jesus. I'm gonna have a go at that.
Oh my God, I apologise, guys. He's purchasing stuff.
It's a charity stream. I didn't want to miss it.
I've got a reputation to keep up, especially now the people I work with are in it.
Oh,
Mr.
did-
Rushon, what happened
Did you
there?
list it and it only went for £6?
Appreciate it on that one.
I would have had that.
Well, why didn't you bid?
I did bid.
Clearly not fast enough.
He must have had it on sudden death or whatever. Oh, poo.
So what other advice can you give about Whatnot then? Make sure that whatever you're selling, the cost of it is as low as it can possibly be, because unfortunately on Whatnot things do go quite cheaply. Don't
necessarily expect eBay prices. You know, sometimes you do achieve eBay price if it's something really good, but most of the time, I'd say like 80-90% of the time, it's considerably less than what you would get on eBay. However, you can move a hell of a lot of stock in one go.
Yeah.
So that's the good side of it.
What else is there? I don't think we could give any advice on what to sell, because there's very niche areas on Whatnot, as well as very mixed genres as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris has done really well recently with gaming stuff. So gaming stuff seems to go really well.
Mind you, I had a really good show and then a not so good show afterwards. So it's like the first gaming show did really well. And the second gaming show, you can't write it sometimes. It's very strange. You just got to get on there and give it a go and have some good stuff.
Yeah.
But be prepared for lower prices. The problem that you have if you start things at what you want to get, like if you start like a pop at £10, you immediately limit your audience to a handful of people who might be willing to pay £10. In fact, might be nobody willing to pay £10. Then you end up going the whole show without selling anything. And then you've got a question.
It's very disheartening.
It is disheartening. And then you've got a question whether it's worth your time. So I'm not saying you have to do £1 starts, but consider £1, £2, £3, £4, £5.
We've done both, and we've found that even if a pop or even if an item does go for £10, because you've started it at £1 and the bids have gone to 10, if you started it at £10, you probably wouldn't even get one bid on it.
Yeah,
it's like people are more willing to build the bids up to get to that price, and I think then they get into the little like addictive swiping bit, and people end up bidding more than they plan to sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you just put it in for that, like a straight figure.
Oh, I've got a really good tip for Whatnot, and then we'll move on to the rest of the chat. Dan, a good tip for Whatnot: do a couple of dummy run shows. You can make a private show, and you can do a test of it. Because, right, there's nothing worse than on your first, second stream on Whatnot, you having tech issues and you not knowing how to do things on the app. So make sure before you do your very first show, you do a couple of test shows up to yourself that are private, so that you know what you're doing, because otherwise it ends up being like car crash TV, and you don't want that. That's it.
Fluffy Muffin said they press the like button because they like it here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Muffin. Tracy's in as well. Bad Cat Coffee.
Hi, Tracy.
Not worn our t-shirt for a while. It's too cold.
Pitco says, I just bought another electronics pallet, and as they only have 3 left, we're trying to work out a bulk deal on the rest of it.
Ooh.
That sounds like a lot of electronics.
It does, doesn't it? Pitco says, I'm doing nothing about GPSR. I'm leaving eBay to it, as I don't think they'll have the resources to police it. I think you're probably right with that one, Keith. Yeah, I'm just leaving it at the moment. I'm going to just carry on as per until we get
Cam's doing the same. He's doing nothing until forced to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of people turning off Europe and Northern Ireland. My advice is don't do that, because not only are you hurting your business, but you're actually hurting people out in those communities, in those countries. You're suddenly cutting off their chance to buy stuff. So don't turn it off. Just wait.
Peter wants to know, is he in the duck race? He put a message on last Mondays, and an hour before the show started.
Oh, should be. But to be fair, I've actually forgotten to do the duck race list, babe. I've just realised. But it won't take me long. I'll get ChatGPT to do it.
You were sat in the office for hours.
I know, but I was concentrating on Minions fucking show. Don't worry. So
and you weren't even doing that because you were late to Minions show.
I'll tell you what, guys, this is your opportunity. If you've not yet commented on last Monday's show and you want to be in tonight's duck race, you can do it now, because I have not actually compiled the list yet.
That means we're going to have an elevator moment in a while where he's
But
putting that list
no, but
together.
the AI takes about a minute to do it. It's very quick.
ABL says everyone should definitely do nothing about GPSR. Then those of us who do bother will have less competition in Europe. Thrift Up Look Sharp.
Yeah, Thrift Up Look Sharp. That's Max. And tonight, Max has donated the Duck Race prize. So if you want to go and check out Max's new channel, Thrift Up Look Sharp, click on there, click on his name, or go and look him up on YouTube and give him a sub. It's Maximus, basically, with a new channel.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Lisa said my local shop got all ratty because I went in at 4 p.m. the other day. I only had 4 parcels.
I'll do a bit of that.
Yeah. Linlin said I ordered a ring on eBay last Tuesday. Tracking sent to me Friday. Still not received it yet, but eBay sent me feedback on it.
Oh, that's quick, isn't it?
Dan said Jodel have been brilliant for us. Everyone seems to have different opinions on all of them. I've heard bad stories about all of them.
To be honest with you, they're all roughly if you're honest about it, I think that they're all roughly the same. Every courier has problems and every courier can be very good as well. So I think they're all roughly the same. We all have our opinions, but generally, if you average it out, it's probably roughly the same.
Monkey says they've had no problem with Yodel. They've got a very nice lady that works at their local shop. James D said had lots of problems with Yodel 3 or 4 years ago with personal items and customer service were atrocious. Wouldn't use them after that. That's all it takes in a bad experience.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with me. Like with that shop, like they for me are the face of Yodel, and they are absolutely atrocious. That shop. So puts Yodel in a bad light for me.
Matt says Yodel have been struggling for a while. I was getting late delivered products 3 months ago. I stopped using them apart from GPS.
Bloody hell, Lynn says that most Yodel shops in Stockport only accept 2 parcels at a time. Lynn, I think that is against Yodel's T's and C's when it comes to parcel shops, because one of my complaints with the shop that's near me was that I went in with 1 medium-sized parcel. And when I say medium, I'm just talking like that sort of size, just something a little bit bigger than a medium Royal Mail parcel, and they refused it. Twice they did this to me, and it proper annoyed me. Oh, so I got onto Yodel.
What did you do to set balloons off?
I got onto Yodel, and they say they should not be refusing parcels unless they do have. So I think shops do have some room to refuse if they are completely overwhelmed with parcels, but they should not be limiting 2 parcels, I don't think.
Kezzy's asking how the exercise bike's going.
Still going, yeah. I'm trying to do 5, what do you call it?
Sessions.
5 sessions a week. So, yeah, I've not done one today, but I'll be back on it tomorrow.
Santa says Mrs. Claus has been selling pretty steady on Fleabay. Nothing near the volume you full-timers do, but building slowly.
That's good.
That's really good.
A little side hustle for the old retirement fund.
Yeah. AC says GPSR, we pay eBay for a functional selling platform, so they need to gather all the information, have a drop-down box for each brand that populates the information. Why should we do this every time?
Absolutely agree with that. Totally agree.
Tap Peddler says, I'm getting loads of offers on Vinted that don't pay. Yep. Seems to be a trend over the past month.
I think one of the things is it's a bit like eBay, right? And I think that if you get an offer come in, you've got to accept it really quick, like whilst the person is still there browsing in the background. Because if you don't, they'll find another one of your items, go and buy that, and then your offer's then no longer wanted. So like if you've had an offer overnight and then you wake up in the morning, you accept the offer, it's probably too late because they've probably gone on and bought it from somebody else. And I think that is part of the issue. And that's just like shopper habits. I don't think that's like anything wrong with the platform. I think it's
is definitely down to the individual, because I would not put an offer in on something unless I really wanted it and I was willing to wait then to find out. I wouldn't do that.
But I think a lot of people aren't willing to wait. There's this Amazon sort of theory sort of going on where people just want things. They want to purchase it, they want it posted, they want it the next day.
Dan says, is there a way of getting Vinted Pro without proof of earnings for 12 months?
What? Sorry, I was reading that comment.
Have I missed one?
I think you missed that one.
Have I missed? Oh, I've
No,
missed
it's
one.
okay.
I've missed one. Missed two.
Vinted buyers not collecting and saying relist.
I'll
I'll buy again. Yeah.
Why bother when you didn't
Oh, yeah.
collect the first time?
Yeah, I know that one, Ian. Yeah, that's happened to me. Yep, no, thank you. You won't be buying it again. Not when you put me through all that hassle. What was the other question, Dan? There it is. Is there a way of getting Vinted Pro without proof of earnings? Without proof of earnings? I'm not aware that you have to give proof of earnings, Dan. I didn't give proof of earnings. My Vinted Pro verification included. Well, I guess it kind of does with your self-assessment. Self-assessment. So yeah, it does kind of give proof of earnings. Tax summary, national insurance document. That was mine, all in one PDF. That's what got me through it. The thing is, if you don't get verified, Dan, as you'll see on Bold Fine's story, on James's story on Instagram, he's now got a block on payments because if you don't do that verification process, at some point you will get a block on your payments. You might be fine at the moment, but you will be blocked at some point. So you either do it or you just can't sell on there.
Trugman one says romantic gift, a crock pot.
Yeah, exactly. Is that how far behind we are?
Yep.
Okay, I'm trying to get there.
And Fluffy said, Belle, did you cook Chris a romantic Valentine's meal in the crock pot? It was many, many years ago. I have no idea.
It was really just a joke purchase, wasn't it?
No, it was the one thing I got for.
Well, it was one thing you wanted.
It was my main present.
She wanted it. Main present for Valentine's.
Yeah.
We don't have main presents.
We did back then in the honeymoon period.
15 days until Christmas, says Santa. Trugman says, you can be ignored before you buy. If you've committed to buying, you get a better response from most sellers, especially shops. I'm just trying to take that in. I'm not sure what that means, Trugman. If you've committed to buying, you get a better response from most sellers, especially shops. I'm not sure what that is in response to, but I guess you're probably right, the theory of it.
Kez says, my dad once bought my mum an electric carving knife. She was super peed off, still got it 30 years later, and my dad uses it loads. Tommy says, what's that? I do get that, but surely you wouldn't hand over cash before you are certain of what you are buying.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. We've now got because we're so far behind, we've now got to piece together what the answers to the questions are.
Most of them I'm putting together.
I think that was about the questions. Why do people ask questions afterwards?
Yeah. George's Treasure Shed said, I sold a lamp, but first I asked the sizes and she said it wasn't what she was after. Okay, no worries, I thought. Then she said, would you take 25? Which I did, as it was from the bin.
But if it's not what she wanted, then why did she ask for it?
Well,
cheaper?
she probably then just thought, actually, you know what, I will have it.
Life in the First Nest says, hot topic, oh no, how much is an acceptable spend at the sweet pick and mix stand?
I would say £10 is overspending on the pick and mix.
And then eating it all in the car before we've got back.
And then saying that you feel sick and then eat another one afterwards.
Yeah. Lisa said they had an Amazon
That's an in-joke, by the way. We met up with Life in the First Lane. That's Lana and Big Steve. At the weekend, we went into Llandudno.
We did our little pre-Christmas
and
meet
a Christmas fair thing. And we went in this pick and mix shop, me and Steve. I picked out a few bits. Like Steve dragged me in there. I didn't even want to be
£4 odd for sweets.
I didn't even want to be in the shop, but he literally said, "Oh look, there's a sweet shop," and before you know it, we're in there.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't wow.
I spent £4.50 on a pick and mix. Steve was there over 10 quid on a pick and mix,
and none of them that Lana could eat because she's a vegetarian.
Bell's Cozy Corner said, I bought 2 giant Christmas baubles. Was the final day for the seller to send. So I messaged them. They said, I've looked everywhere. And the wife said she sold them last Christmas.
Oh, God. The listing was 2 months.
ABL says, time and headspace is wasted worrying about people who send offers and don't pay.
No.
That's a pointless question. second guessing returns, etc. Live in the moment and build for the future and forget the past.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'll be one of Belle's new mantras.
Which I haven't got today. Tam said we had no room for them anyway, Belle. Lana says that's just brothers in general, Belle. Tell me, my brother, I always say my brother's got a head full of magic sometimes.
Sandra says, boring for me when they start chatting on whatnot, always leave to go to another seller. Too much chit chat.
Yeah.
There's Cookie again going for the water. Life in the first zone, I can't stand the chatty ones on whatnot.
They're not there for social interaction. See, I couldn't think of the words, but that's what I meant.
And Matt says, agree, Belle, on whatnot. Clothing should be sold in size categories where possible, i.e. small, medium, large, and extra large. That's a good point.
Kez agrees. Once I bought one thing, I want to fill the basket for the postage.
Exactly, yeah.
And you don't want to be there hours, do you? It's like quick, snappy, get going.
That's the thing. As a buyer, because I buy on whatnot as well, like, as a buyer, you're investing your time in hoping to buy something, and you can be there 2-3 hours, like watching a show, and the last thing you want is too much chat. Like, just go and sell some stuff.
Ian says you need loads of cheap sourcing like John Luke to make whatnot
Definitely.
work.
You've got to keep your buy price as low as possible. Like, I'm talking low, like really low.
Tommy says, I feel that, but as a seller, I also do feel like I need a little warm up at the start to just introduce things. Maybe the opposite advice, but I found the more I relax, the better it goes. I don't mind the beginning bit because Chris does it.
Yeah, I do. I do the same.
You do your 5-10 minute intro at the beginning where you kind of explain what the show is going to do and you explain what's on your wall. But once you've done that, crack on with it. Get selling.
So
seriously,
get your stuff sold.
If he starts.
She tells me off.
If he starts faffing around too much, I'm like,
I can see it in her eyes. Off screen. She's glaring at me. So I got, like Superman has lasers that come out of his eyes. She's like that at me.
I'm sure our watchers appreciate it.
AC says, whatnot, get a good consignment partner who can supply with. That's another good point as well. Is like if there's somebody out there who can give you the goods for free and then you can do a profit share, that could be a way of having no spend at the, no outlay to start with, and you just share whatever profit you make. That's also a potential option.
Yeah, Tommy says, agree to sell, but don't overwhelm yourself trying to do too much too fast. It's easy to get overwhelmed in the moment. It's very true. Keep it fun still. Keep it fun.
Kaz says, Chris, your pick and mix works well. Is that referring to the way I work whatnot shows? I'm assuming. Once Glove says, the thing that makes me turn off whatnot is sellers asking what you want to see before they've even given a hint of what they have to sell. That's a fair point, isn't it? Because, you could say some random stuff and the chances of them having it are very slim.
Yeah, I've watched a few where they've kind of had rails and they've been like, well, what do you want? What do you want? Tell me what you want. What sizes do you want? And instead of just pulling stuff out and
just get some out and run some stuff.
Because people will naturally start asking for things that you can then, but I think when the chat goes quiet and people are just waiting, wanting to know what to get out, and it's like, well, just get some stuff out. And if people want it, they'll buy it. And if they don't, they won't. So...
Dan says, I watched the Whatnot show where Chris went from 5 games to 3 because you're making a loss, but then so you corrected it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you've just got to, like, if you're not feeling the room, like if you feel like there's not enough people in, then change the way you work. Like, you got to be a bit dynamic in the way you go. Also, something else that I also do, which I don't talk about often, but you might notice it if you are a regular viewer of the show, like on Whatnot, is that if I notice I'm like an hour, 2 hours in, even 3 hours in, and the prices start dropping to like
£2-3,
£2, £3, £4 for an item, I start wrapping the show up because if the room is dead,
flog a dead horse.
Exactly. If the room's dead, if everyone's spent up, if people's budgets are gone and there's nothing else coming out, and people are just getting £1 and £2, it's not worth my time as a seller. There's no point me selling something for £1.
I ended up with 30 t-shirts off Chris's last show for that reason, because his t-shirts started going for £1. And I made a vital comment of saying, I'd pay £1 from you. He went, will you?
Yeah.
No, I've now got 30 t-shirts.
I'd rather sell them to Belle for £1. I got the whole pound of each of those t-shirts. If I'd have carried on selling them for £1 on Whatnot, I only get 59p for each one. That's something else, Dan, you need to keep in your head up here. If you sell something for £1, you only get 59p. So the rule is avoid selling anything for £1 if you can help it. Like, one of the tricks that I use to stop a pound sale is to bundle things together. So if you've got, like, say I've got this mug on for sale, but the room's gone quiet, and I think, if I run this mug on its own, it might only get £1, and I don't want to sell it and earn 59p out of it. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm going to offer people 2 mugs. I'm going to put another mug into that, and that's now a bundle. And also, I'm going to offer 2 mugs and a pen because I'm generous. So you get 2 mugs and a pen. So now that bundle goes. Now this is the trick. Now that bundle goes for £3, right? But I might have sold it for £1 an item. However, my cost of fees, my cost of sales is a lot less than if you sell it for £1 because it's a percentage and it's 30p on each transaction. So, well, let me work it out for you so that I can give you the right example. So Whatnot would charge me for a £3 sale, would charge me 30p plus 11%. So 33. It would cost me 63p in fees to sell this for £3. But if I sell 3 individual items at £1 each, that costs me 41p each time. So if I sell 3 £1 items, that's £1.23 in fees. So you've doubled your fees by selling them separately. If I sell them together, I've halved my fees.
And there's your maths lesson for the Monday night show.
But it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just got to think, right, I'm happy for £1 because I just want to get rid of it. But I'm better off getting £1 each in a bundle rather than £1, £1. Yeah.
Chancellor said, "Damn, I was almost swiping to buy there, Chris."
No. Do you want it? You can have
2
it.
2 personalised cups. You've got a cookie in the Haydens and a Hello 40 Annabelle, and probably a pen that don't work. But if all 3 go for £1, yeah, then you're down, aren't you? Because all 3 could go for £1.
No, but you started at £3.
Yeah, but
start it at £1 each, but it's a bundle.
Oh, you've got a returns request.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You just ruined me night.
Jason said, "I'm going to my eBay Xmas do on Thursday. McDonald's for 1."
Really?
Oh,
Bloody return.
Once Love said, "The thing that makes me switch off Whatnot is sellers." Oh yeah, we've said on that one. For Life in the First, I said just flicked onto Whatnot for Minion stream, and Gary is co-hosting. Might flick back into any for the next item.
Dan says eBay tip: we've only been selling for 6 months, but it's a big variety because what you expect to sell quickly can take longer than items you think you made a mistake buying. There is no pattern sometimes on eBay. Absolutely, there isn't. It can be so random. Royal Mail are getting worse, apparently, moving over to Every.
I've lost where you're
Yeah, I'm a bit
now.
further than you. You're just a little bit behind, so just scroll a bit down. If you want to be in the duck race, you've got to go and comment on last Monday's live show. And you've still got time because I haven't actually done the names yet. So, my bad.
I know what you're up to now.
Dan says our local corner shop was turned into a mini Morrison's. The parcels are up to the ceiling. They shouldn't be running a postal service when the shop is too small. Well, if either that or have a proper organisation of... Oh, hang on a minute. Bloody hell, I thought my arse was hurting. Right.
You didn't
Give
move
it
it.
She's got my bleeding thing.
Whose? That's my Christmas present off my mum.
Oh, my bum. I've just been sat on that bloody hard thing for the whole hour. She's got my bloody thing. Thank you.
Some small shops can manage it. When we lived in Torquay, we had a little co-op that did it, And they managed it really well. They were not bothered when Chris used to go in with loads and loads of parcels, and they managed it really well, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, our little post office, they take Royal Mail, every DPD. There's a tiny little shop there, but they've got it very well organised at the back.
George's Treasure says,
I know,
just
I've just
seen a
seen
news
that. Oh,
story,
God.
8,000 every parcel stolen from Leeds warehouse.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope.
That's not good at all.
This is where we find out we're all waiting now to see if our parcels are in there. Peter Ray said, had the odd annoying experience with Yodel. That's over the last 5 years. The shop I send parcels has been fine, but every year is a different story, so very rarely send with them. Hartwell Ceramics has joined us. Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Long story short's with us.
Welcome, Rob.
AC Global says, I have 5 or 6 Yodel. Every shop's within half a mile of my house, and all the shopkeepers are brilliant. That's good.
That's good.
George's Treasure says, Vinted offers are so different to eBay offers. I find with eBay, people are willing to wait and get less offers in general, but Vinted is full of people wanting to offer 50%. Yeah, people do want...
People do want things very cheap.
Very cheaply. ABL says, newsflash, if you give buyers what they want, you'll make lots of money.
I want things really cheap, Dave. Will you give it me?
Lisa said, I've never had to do any of this stuff when I converted my Vinted account, but when I was on private, I had to send ID once I earned over £1,000. Santa says, a lovely little animated film on Netflix called That Christmas. We watched it the other night.
We watched that one.
Yeah, the Ed Sheeran song.
Yeah, it's got the Ed Sheeran song.
I would think most everyone in the UK will love it.
Yeah,
it is.
It's quite good. I quite enjoyed that one. Fix It Frida's in. Frida. Happy it's not Christmas yet, Mother.
Fix It Frida should have been with us over the weekend, and because of the storm, she couldn't get down to us, which is a shame. But we are going to see you this week, aren't we? So we'll see you soon.
Sarah said, I ignore the pointless questions. Last week, a woman asked a heel height on some flat boots.
Tam says, I hate how all animation movies look the same these days.
Well, was it That Christmas?
Yeah.
That reminded me of Arthur Christmas because it was the same kind of animation. You know, the same like people. They look like the same people in it.
Reselling Things just done a deal on 60 Funkos for £40.
Ooh.
That's very good.
Where have you bought them from, JP? Is that a Vinted buy?
That's good.
Please ask them not to put it in a crisp box.
Kez says, anyone considered a live TikTok shop like the sweet shops?
I've got a TikTok shop, Kez, but it's not sweets.
I purchased my first ever thing off TikTok shop today. I bought Cookie a Christmas present, a box of natural dog treats because they had a really good discount on it. But it's a bit like, it reminds me of like a Temu sort of platform, the TikTok shop, when I looked in it, because I've only recently sort of found it, and I can't say I'm overly impressed.
Lisa says, is it 59p for every pound? Well, only if you sell something for £1. It's not for every pound. So if you sell something for £5, it's not 59p for each of the pounds within a 5. It's just if you sell it for 1. It's because of the 30p per sale. So per transaction, there's a 30p fee plus 11%. So that's what kills it on a £1 sale. That's why I say bundle things rather than sell individual items for £1.
Flippily likes you selling things to him for £1.
I know you do, you cheeky get. He's had some bargains.
Tommy Trey says, yeah, made some money in 14 orders with £2 to £10 sales, as I did with clothing shows with 30 orders with £1 to £5 sales.
Do you think she might need the toilet, babe? She's
Possibly.
Come to say hello.
I know.
I'm just wondering.
Should have got the educational pointy hand out for the maths lesson.
Oh, yes. That would have been a good idea, Kez. Yeah.
Wolfman Goodies is with us.
Welcome, Wolfman.
Early Steady Retro said, maybe with the rise in the amount of private sellers on platforms, our whole UK delivery system is not really geared up for this sort of traffic in the public mail
It probably
system.
isn't, you know.
You say that, but surely lockdowns had give them a good trial run for this, where nobody could do anything other than send stuff in the post, and people were sending gifts and treats and God knows what in the post. So that should have given them a pretty good
lockdown.
leg
Definitely
up.
changed the way we shopped and changed the way we work in retail. I think you need to go and let her out, babe. I'm just looking at her face, thinking
Do you want a
she
wee
needs a toilet. Yeah,
she has drank that whole bowl.
Yeah, she's drunk the whole bowl while we've been on air.
Come on.
So
Come on.
Cookie's got to go for a wee. I don't know if you were here earlier, but she's had this CT scan and she's now on pretty strong steroids, and it's making her drink a lot and wee a lot. So yeah, we need to let her out. Let's see if we can get down the bottom of the chat. People on Vinted want something for nothing. I've had some really good sales on Vinted, Pitco, but whilst I've been on Pro, I've been struggling. I have to say I've been struggling on Vinted. Like, I'm struggling to grasp what people want at the moment on Vinted. I'm not sure. Is it clothing? Is it toys? Is it media? I don't know. I can't figure it out at the moment on Vinted. It's like, I'd like to be able to like grasp what is best to list on there. That's the thing. The egg cushion, exactly. Belle's been sat on that, and I've got a sore bottom now because I haven't got a cushioned bum. Pitco's looking for a bigger unit. Belle bought 2 ceramic bowls on Vinted, and they were sent in a Sainsbury's bag. Amazingly arrived in what? Really? Ceramics in a bag? That's a new all-time low, isn't it? How would you even consider sending that? Yeah, Tommy, that's what we were saying. You bundle something, it's still sent. The thing is, if you do a bundle, you either risk it and go £1 and hope that it goes over £1, or you started at the equivalent of £1 an item. So yeah, you could do that.
There you go. Oh, yeah, she went straight out. Had a big win.
Did she? Yeah, I thought she did. Resell Anything said, I got my last Vinted order in a pizza box. Well, that's not so bad. As long as there wasn't like traces of food in there. Probably stunk though.
My last Vinted order came literally bashed to high L, didn't it? And we kind of looked at the box and we were like, do we even want to open this and see what it looks like inside? But I'll give it to them. The outer box was absolutely knackered, but they had well packed it on the inside. So thankfully, the Disney Lego that I'd purchased was in one piece. And Chris got lots and lots of bubble wrap.
Paul Rose says, nasty surprise today. Was hoping to get back to reselling soon, but after being told my listings would stay in drafts for 3 months, they all disappeared today after 75 days. What is the time limit on? What is the time limit? I think it is 75 days, isn't it? Has somebody mistold you that? I can't remember what it is. I know they upped it recently, but I assume it's up to 75 days now. I'm not sure what the actual amount is these days, but that's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? Is there no way of getting those back? Like, can eBay retrieve them for you? Have you asked?
He reckons he's lost 2,000 hours of work over both accounts. That's harsh.
Yeah, that is really bad. That.
Yeah, that is bad. You'd be devastated, wouldn't you?
Especially if somebody at eBay has told you 3 months.
It is 75 days now, said Ian.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was 75. They changed it, didn't they? They upped it a while back. Yeah, and Lisa says 75 days as well. I wonder who gave you that information.
That's just heartbreaking. Losing any big lots of work is just heartbreaking in any job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That I would potentially get onto eBay and see if they've got a possibility of retrieving those for you. You never know, I suppose.
Lisa said if you don't make any changes to your drafts within 75 days of creating, then they will automatically delete. You can see how much time you have left before your draft is deleted by checking the expiry date column on the manage drafts page.
Yeah. I think even if you were to just go in and make an edit to your draft, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it resets the clock when you do that. Like if you just go in and like change a word or add an item specific or change the title or something, I think that might reset the clock, but don't quote me on it. I might be wrong.
Yeah, Paul said it's 75 days, but the rep told him 3 months. He's called and he can't get them back.
Right.
He asked at the time if they were sure of 3 months. It's even worse the fact that it's obviously been
I mean, that
misinformation.
That conversation, if it's on a chat window, it should be recorded somewhere. You'll have a transcript of that. Or if it's on the phone, you know, I'd be really pushing a complaint on that.
Yeah.
I really would. Be like, I want something back for this. You know, you can give me some free fees for a year, or you can give me some free shops for a year or something. Or I would not be happy with that.
Right, are you going to sort this duck race thing out?
Before we do that, I want to say a big thank you to all our channel members. They're all on the screen down below you here. Just going across there. There's Matt Sells stuff. We've got Glamorous Closet, Paul Daubney, GT, Pre-Love, Chris Smith, and Rachel Nash. Not seen Rachel Nash around for a bit, have we?
No.
Hope she's okay. I'll have to give her a message. Yeah, thank you all very, very much for being a member of our channel. It's $2.99 a month to join, and for that you do get a number of benefits. The main one being, if you want to join our little Discord group, I'm just trying to find the thing while I chat to you, but it's not working.
Pitco said that it does reset the clock if you.
I thought it did. I thought it did. Yeah, just mess around with them.
Paul said Jerry was planning to do a bulk edit in the next few days. They were there yesterday and gone today.
Oh God!
Anyone got a DeLorean?
You'd literally have a heart attack, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, it's bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Paul. I hope you do have some recourse from it. But yeah, if you want to join our VIP group, you can do. It's $2.99 a month. There's a button below the description or below the video that you're watching right now. You can join us. Lots of people in. I think we've got about 50-ish members at the moment, which is fantastic. And that's all your benefits. It's mainly the Discord group, which is a nice little group of people we can ask anything to. You're not in a public forum there, so you can ask whatever you want. There's no trolls, there's no idiots. They're all good people, all willing to help. That's my sales pitch.
It's a safe space.
It's safe.
Safe space. Big up the Discord, says Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it.
While Chris is getting the duck race going, I will run through the duck race.
That was my cue, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how fast I can do this.
I will run through how you enter the duck race for anybody that's watching that has never done it before. So normally what happens is once this show is finished and we have gone off live, go back onto the video and in the comment section underneath, just leave us a comment. You can write anything in there, whatever you wish. And that will automatically enter you into next week's duck race. And the general rule of thumb is you have to have your comment in before the next Monday night show, so before 8 p.m. on the following Monday. But seeing as Chris has forgot today,
you get an exception.
You get an exception. So if you have added a comment in the last hour, then that will also get entered into it as well.
But that is closed now. It's closed right now.
It's not next week. So not next week, the week after. So Christmas Eve, we are going to be doing a champion of champions on the duck race. So anybody that has won a duck race throughout 2024 will be entered into a special draw on the 23rd to win a nice little hamper of stuff that we're putting together. Unfortunately, if you have won multiple times, because we do have some 2- and 3-time winners, you will only get one entry into it on the 23rd.
Carry on.
I'm done. You're not.
List the usernames that commented. No duplicates. One line each. What else did I need to say? Oh, and no at signs. This is ChatGPT. AI is helping me with this. Let's see if it does it. Here we go. There's my list being created. Clever, isn't it? Do you know how to use ChatGPT?
No. Resell anything says there's a few idiots in your Discord, apparently.
Yeah. One's called JP. And just copy the names. And there we have our list complete.
This will be race 142.
Ooh. Okay.
So our last one of the year will be... Oh, it won't be the last one of the year, will it? Because will we have one before New Year?
How many ducks have we got in tonight? Let's just see. Oh, and also, again, a big thank you to Thrift Up, Look Sharp for tonight's duck race prize. Go and visit his new channel on YouTube. It's Maximus, basically, with a new channel. So I have put a link somewhere. If someone wants to put a link in the chat of Thrift Up, Look Sharp, then please do it now if any of the admins want to do it.
Lisa says, so Jack GTP can copy the names from YouTube.
Yep.
Nothing Major says, I got my duck race prize from last week, sent from Joan. Thank you, Joan, for the lovely prize.
Awesome. Thank you, Joan, for last week.
Zibu said, who is the overall duck champion this year? Well, we will find out, because the
find
answer
out
to that will be whoever wins the race on the 23rd.
Yep. That will be the champion of 2024. That will be the
champion of champions.
For this year.
The big title to have each year. It was
Rachel Nash.
It was Rachel
won it
Nash.
Last year, didn't she?
Rachel Nash last year. Yeah, I've just looked. The Champion of Champions one won't actually be the last duck race of the year, because
will we be on for the one after that?
We've got Monday the 30th.
Are we around for that one?
Where else?
Yeah, we are around.
We're not anywhere, are we? So there will be another one before the year's out.
Oh, let me take that banner off now. Thank you again to all our members. Appreciate you being a part of it. And there's Thrift Up, Look Sharp. Please go and give him a look on YouTube. At least go and watch a video and then decide for yourself.
Ready Steady Rich Show said, observation series. No, I've noticed a rise in trolls on channels recently, especially live. Shocking behaviour, and really hope all you YouTubers can rise above it and stay mentally strong. Do you know what? We're dead lucky. We don't, touch wood, we don't get many trolls. We've had the odd one now and again. Especially ones that get Chris to say rude words with names. But yeah, every so often we do get one, but we really don't get many. And we do have some really good mods and stuff. So.
I've seen a few on Tommy's Monday mornings. I've seen a few in that one. There was a night idiot in there today.
But we did have some in our Whatnot show the other week.
Yeah.
Bidding items and then not
stuff
paying.
Up. Yeah, that was annoying.
But yeah, no, we're quite lucky. Maybe we're just not interested enough to trolls. I don't know. It's all good.
Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you dropping that in. Thank you very much. And Resell Anything, and Tam has put it in as well. Appreciate you guys.
Pitco says, I think the duck race entries should be the people in the live chat, as you can see a list of participants.
Oh, you would say that, wouldn't you?
It eliminates people that aren't here then.
I thought that McRib guy was a troll. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jeff.
That's because nobody puts with Carveroot, Chris.
Whatever.
No, like I said, we have had them. We have had them in the past.
Loads. We do. We've had loads. We've had our fair share.
Yeah.
We really have. But
they usually come in and put rude things in.
It won't be the last, but we have loads. This is a good thing about our channel. We do have a lot of people on mods. Like everybody who's in our membership is also a mod. So everyone sort of is on it straight away. So I appreciate everybody who mods as well. George said, can you believe this? I had a troll make a new Gmail account to email me about a giveaway. Really?
Pretending to be the winner.
No way. Was that this week's winner? No way. That's something to be aware of, though, isn't it? If people are going to start doing that.
I don't think Jeff can give that answer. How many entries today?
65 entries on today's duck race.
Tam says, how raging was Chris that his new with tags bundle had no tags?
And there were probably kids. I'm still waiting for an answer on that, by the way. I have had one reply from them. They've said they've passed it to the customer service or whatever. And I chased that up this morning. I'm still waiting for a response.
That is true. Actually, the first time Santa appeared here, Chris thought he was a troll. Do you know what? I'm pretty sure because when you first came in, you were just like, I don't know. I can't explain what you.
In those early days, Santa was a little. I banned one of his accounts once.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was. I banned one of them because I don't know. I can't remember.
We
what he
didn't
was
get
writing.
your sense of humour back
Yeah.
then. I think that's what
We
it was
understand now.
because you were new to us and we didn't know who you were, and you came in called Santa. We were kind of a bit like, is this person for real? And
Yeah.
now we know Santa is real, and now, God, how could we have even thought of banning one of your accounts, Santa? You're like the nicest person.
I did
ever.
lift the ban on that account, by the way.
You're like the nicest person ever.
At least they were cropped, but I think they were possibly also youth as well. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to get Belle to try one on and take a picture, and then we'll know. What size are you for like a hoodie, like a medium?
Yeah.
Right. Should we get her to try one on now and see if it really is women's mediums?
Oh, great.
Because I think they're kids.
So now you can make me look like a little fat Oompa Loompa on live on the air.
I'm going to get her to try one on now. This will be funny.
I'm already not in an emotionally stable state.
Well, that's normal, babe.
God's sake. Jeff and his alter egos.
That's a large. Keep them talking, babe. Extra. I bet I can't find a medium now.
For us, there are lots of strange folk out there. You'll know more than most reselling, Chris.
I nearly went then. Right, babe. This is meant to be a women's medium.
I'm telling you now, that's a cropped and it's not going to fit me.
Yeah, but is it a women's or youth medium? I want you to try it on.
I'm saying cropped because look at the length of the arms.
I know it's cropped, but what I want to establish, is it women's medium or is it
I can
kids
tell you
medium?
now that's not going to fit me.
Well, you're a medium, so it should fit you.
It's tiny. That is not a medium. That is tiny.
Get it on now.
I can't. It's not going to fit. Look, I can't even get my arm in it.
So it's kids in it.
Yeah.
It's youth.
Can't even get my arm in that.
Right.
I can't.
It won't even go around her shoulders.
I can't even get it on.
You look like a little T-Rex now. You can't even get that round. Look, that's youth, innit?
That is not an adult.
Yeah. So that's another reason to send.
I mean, I have got a woolly jumper on, but even without the woolly jumper, I wouldn't be getting that on. Jeez. He does that to me all the time. He'll bring me down a smelly, rank second-hand piece of clothing and go, just try that on for me. It's vintage and I don't know what size it is. And I have to be like, ringing.
Oh, this is a message that George got. Awesome, my man. Thank you so much. By the way, I'm from Indonesia, bro. Did you send it here or can we do pay? Yeah. You already said anyway, George. You already said on his show, UK only anyway. So what an idiot.
Oh, can we do PayPal instead of my prize?
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just said women's new with tags. That's what it said.
Jeff says the account is still banned.
It shouldn't be, Jeff. It shouldn't be. I'll have a look through it. Let me know what the account name is at the moment, and I'll have a look through my banned list and I'll unban you. But I'm pretty sure
Not
I
like he
unbanned
ain't got a million other
I
accounts.
know, yeah. But he might need that one to change it to Rodney or something.
Resell anything, said Chris has fallen for a name or two before. He certainly has.
Oh, do it all the time, JP. It's very hard when you're trying to keep up with the chat and you're just reading them out. Yeah,
you mean like I swallow cum.
Children watching.
Oh, that was hilarious, that one. Elaine said, "Oh, your daughter got a letter from Santa. Well, she must have been on the good list then."
Tam reckons they're Build-A-Bear clothes. Yes. I'll send them to you, Tam. You can put them on your plush toys.
Just a bear drinking a coffee says, "I say they're teenage hoodies."
Yeah, I think it is kids. I wasn't convinced. I'd not got Belle to try one on, but now I'm convinced they are youth.
I'd send them back. Straight jacket.
Lisa said, since your video, I've sold all of my Ed Hardy hoodies. Got £35 on Vinted and 42 on eBay.
Very good.
Cookie, off.
Jeff says that's for a child with extremely long arms. She's trying to get to E.T. She's got a thing for E.T.
Get off.
Come here, baby. Come here. What's that jumper doing there? Was that out of the store? Ramon.
Oh, no, that's one that I'm using for cleaning. It's just a rag. It's a rag, that one. Chris, if any African princes win the duck race, don't give them your account details.
He also said it more than once, Belle. He did. I know.
What?
The word I'm not allowed to say it again. No.
Yeah, but I said it innocently. You said it with purpose.
Baby Bigfoot hoodies with those long arms. I know. Right, come on, let's get the duck race going.
Okay, we ready for this duck race? You're doing the commentating, babe.
No, I've done it the last 2 weeks.
Nope. You're nearest the microphone, so.
Nope, you're doing it.
Baby. Okay. Yeah,
oh my God. I actually got paid for someone who offered me some money on Vinted.
Oh, you've sold another thing?
I have.
Jesus. I tell you what, she's selling like 4 times as much as I am on Vinted.
I tell you what was impressive as well. I said this to Chris. I hardly have anything on eBay. I've got like 13 items on eBay. And I was having a look at my feedback the other day, and somebody actually put me a really nice feedback on, but said that they're a repeat buyer. So they bought more than one item off me, and I don't have anything on eBay. I thought that was quite good. To have like less than 15 items and have a repeat buyer.
No, that is good. I nearly lost all the names again then. I had to put them back in.
Dope.
It's because when I went from normal screen to full screen, it took them all out. Right, here we go, guys. The duck race again. There's only 2 more opportunities to get yourself in the duck race Champion of Champions race. Here we go. And they are off. The ducks are swimming again. We've started off with Tracy Davis takes an early lead. Sarah B in second place. We've got Emsden up there, John Boy, Freyandy Bentos, and Ian G up the top as well. All very close. Tiny Cloud, Tap Peddler Derek, Ali Evans is taking a lead here now with the naked duck. We've got John Boy as the copper up there. Emsden have dropped off now. Shabba's coming through the middle. Steadicam's rolling towards the back. And it's all very, very tight as usual. There's no way we can possibly predict who's going to win this duck race at this early stage. Shabba's now come to the front. And Lisa's up there as well. Who's at the bottom? Peter Ray's Adventures, Hoofs and Paws. We've got Jeff Davis with Rudolph. Jeff has got Rudolph there now.
Jeff came second last week.
Jeff was second last week. Maybe Rudolph can win this race today. Tracy Davis at the bottom as well there. Deborah Nardone in the middle of the pack, sort of getting a bit close there at the front. Tracy Davis still in the lead here. Tracy's been up there for quite a while. It could be her day today. John Boy's back again. Simon Elliott's also now there with a fluorescent green duck. Rill Wales is in the middle of the pack, sticking out there with Spider-Man. Phil Higginson at the bottom with the naked duck, and Richard Payne as well, very close. Mr. AJ's came to the front and then dropped back a bit. Hillary Rose now in the middle, and also Dorothy Watkinson, retro boot disc as well. Tracy Davis is hanging in there. She's determined. She's got a determined duck tonight. Ian G's coming up at the top of the screen. We've got 25 seconds left. And who's that in the middle? Once Love Treasures has come out of nowhere to take a lead. He's dropped back straight away. We're left with Retro Boot Disc. Buy, sell, trade, repeat. Woo Woo and Steady Cam Man. 10 seconds to go. It looks like Retro Boot Disc is not going to win this race. Steady Cam Man with the naked duck. It's an easy win for Steady Cam Man. No, it's not. It's Simon Elliott wins it with the fluorescent neon green duck.
apparently it was also number 25. Christmas Day.
Oh, bloody
It was
hell.
a reindeer and 20.
No
if
way.
you were ever going to win, Jeff, that should have been the duck.
Simon Elliott wins the duck race. You've booked a place in the Champion of Champions duck race in 2 weeks' time. Well done to Simon. Don't forget to send me a message. Please send me a genuine message. I don't want any dodgy emails coming through to claim tonight's prize. And a big thank you to our prize giver, which is Maximus, and his new channel, which is Thrift Up Look Sharp. So please go and follow him on the old tube.
Oh, you know what we haven't told everybody?
Lost me voice.
What was my purchase of the week this week?
What was it?
What stood in the porch?
Oh, yeah.
On Tuesday, when Cookie was at the vet's having her CT scan, we popped over to Wrexham to a wholesalers that Monumental Andrew had told us about. So while we were there rummaging through, literally when I say rummage, there was just mountains of stuff. So we were rummaging.
Mountains of clothing.
Mountains of clothing. The guy started to move this giant nutcracker, and I was like, oh, I've got a thing for nutcrackers. I was like, why is that for sale? And he's like, oh, no, my partner's got some of his stuff and he's storing it here. His mum's give it him. It won't be for sale, blah, 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 blah. End of. Next thing you know, his partner's on the phone and he's like, oh, I've got a lady here who wants to buy your nutcracker. Would you sell it? So he wanted 40 quid for it.
And guess what Belle said?
I offered him 35.
She actually negotiated, and I was shocked. I thought she was just going to pay the 40 quid and take it.
So I offered him 35 and he accepted. So I now have a 5-foot solid wood vintage nutcracker in my porch.
It's worth about 150 quid, but she won't sell it.
No.
It's got to be sold, babe.
No, maybe,
do it before Christmas.
Maybe next Christmas.
No, do it
maybe
before
next Christmas.
Put that money in your pocket.
I love him.
Sell.
But I love him.
Sell it.
I love him.
Exactly. Once Love says he's been looking for one, but they're crazy money.
And this is a vintage one, so he's not in pristine condition.
He's missing
he's missing his scepter. So he's missing his scepter.
Whatever that is.
It's like what the king holds, I think. It's a Nutcracker King as well, and they're even rarer than Nutcracker Kings. It's not a soldier.
Ooh.
I know. I've researched him, so I do know he's worth good money, but he's not in pristine condition. You can tell he's seen a few Christmases, but he is still fantastic. He's lovely.
JP says, well done, Chief of Logistics and Packaging.
I know.
She does get all my packaging for me. She goes to B&M and Home Bargains. I was telling the Discord group today
Home Bargains is the best.
I always send my my head of packaging out to get boxes from is it B&M?
Home Bargains.
Home Bargains.
If you go to Home Bargains when they're doing their shelf stuff in the mornings, their boxes are fantastic. I just put my head down, and now I don't even have to like follow the trolleys around. They just let me go through the big metal crate things that they're all putting them there for. But you obviously get a lot of people like looking at you weirdly when you're walking out of Home Bargains with a trolley full of boxes.
Tam said we got lucky on one last year from TK Maxx for £75 in the sale. It's probably a similar kind of thing, to be fair. I've
seen theirs. It's not. It looks completely different.
Oh, okay.
But I have seen yours, and yours is lovely.
Is it similar size? So like 5 foot.
I'm not so sure how big yours is. Is it a 5 foot one? I remember you posting it last year when Belle had it. But yeah, no, it doesn't look the
I'm
same.
not getting my nuts around that. Cookie, please don't walk over everything.
But I'm only just a little bit taller than it.
Come on.
But he is lovely. And he fits perfectly in this little spot in the porchway.
Cookie.
But literally no sooner did we have it in the van, Chris was going, research, see how much it's worth, sell it.
Yeah, of course, that's what my job is.
Not everything's about selling it.
Out. Get out.
I have gone down a little nutcracker sort of theme with my decorations, because I bought a load of vintage ones when we was in Florida in January from an old lady that was moving house. So unbeknown to Chris, there's going to be a lot more nutcrackers in coming years.
I think you should sell that next week.
No.
Right in the run up to Christmas, you'll get top dollar for that.
No.
Anyway, we're done, aren't we? We're done for tonight.
Tam says it's chunking about 4.5 foot and lights up. Yeah, mine's slimmer than yours. When I saw yours did look like chunkier than mine, but he's very cute. He's very cute.
Lights up as well. Okay, we are done, I think.
Lights up?
He said it's 4.5 foot and lights up.
And lights up. Yeah.
Don't forget, when this show is finished, go over to Sexy Minions Whatnot show. He's doing a charity stream. He's got tons of stuff on there. Some great items. I'm going to go straight over to there when we're done. Try and bid on a few things and give the charity some support. It is Roy Castle's lung cancer charity. So it's well worth a visit. That's it for now. I'm considering one final Whatnot show myself tomorrow night. If it's going to be any night this week, it'd be tomorrow. There's football on Wednesday. Thursday we're out. So it's got to be tomorrow if I'm going to do it. So look out on my socials and stuff for Whatnot tomorrow. If it's any day.
Show us a picture of the Nutcracker next show.
If it's any day, it will be tomorrow night, Tuesday night.
I've got a picture of it, but I don't know if it'll obviously show
I might
up
have
on
one.
here.
I might have one. Or I might have deleted it. Oh, there it is. Let me just shut that down. There you go. Can you see it? There you go. That's not too
The
bad.
Nutcracker King.
It's exactly 5 foot. I thought it was a bit shorter than that, but
Yeah, because I'm only 5'2", but Chris said he
when I
measured it and
it's
it's 5 foot.
dead on 5 foot. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all being here today, and thank you for spending your Monday evening with us. And that is it for tonight.
Just before we go, Laxus Dre says, "Hey Chris, where in North Wales can I find indoor car boots?"
There's not many. You just got to look out on the Facebook groups for them, like the odd tabletop sales, some of the church
this
groups.
time of year, you're looking for the tabletop sales, the Christmas stuff.
The nearest one is Runcorn for me.
Yeah.
Also, there's one in Mona in Anglesey. I don't go to that one, but yeah, there's one on Anglesey in a place called Mona. Other than that, you just got to look out for local things.
We did go to one on Saturday, a local one at the church in Towin, and it was bloody brilliant. We got loads of stuff there. Just a little church Christmas tabletop thing that had secondhand stalls, and we did really well. So they are worthwhile going. Stay away from the artisan market ones because then you're not really going unless you're into crafty stuff.
It's fine if you like the crafty stuff, but you're unlikely to get stuff as a reseller from those ones. But sometimes even at the crafts ones, you can get like, odds and sods.
We just find that they're not quite in the right area of what we want to get stuff from.
No.
Deborah Nardone wants me Nutcracker.
150 quid, it's yours, Deborah.
I can't beat for 35
and you have to.
quid.
You can come and collect it, and we'll make a brew for that as well. Right.
Thanks, Lynn. I'll send the love to my sister.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and joining us. We'll see you again next Monday. And I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll leave Belle with the bell end.
I haven't got one. I told you that. I literally said to you before, I was too busy looking at the thing.
Well, give us some words off the top of your head. Give us some word. Hang on. I've got Chat GPT open. Let's Chat GPT.
There he is. There's Tam's.
Oh, that is cute.
It is, isn't it? But I said it
like
looks...
a fat one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Can you... I'm going to ask Chat GPT for some words of wisdom. Can you give my viewers some words of wisdom in regards reselling on eBay? Right, let's see.
I'm going to come up with a massive paragraph.
Right,
there,
here we go.
That first line.
Here we go. This is from ChatGPT, AI's bell end. Reselling on eBay is as much about the journey as it is the destination. Remember, success comes with persistence, learning, and adaptability. Stay curious, keep researching, and never underestimate the power of good customer service. Every item you list is an opportunity, and every sale is a step forward. Keep hustling, stay positive, and always believe in your ability to turn treasures into triumphs. See you next time, and happy reselling.
That's pretty goddamn good.
You are
impressed with
sacked.
that. I'm impressed with that. Woohoo!
You are sacked. See you later, everyone.
Salmon bells! Salmon bells!
Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. If you want to catch up on another one of my videos, you can try one like this or one like this. They're both good ones. Give it a go, or you can subscribe by pressing this button here. There you go. See you later.